is sending data over to YouTube and to Twitch, so that should be on my end. Let me just confirm that the YouTube stream is working. And then, Joe and Luke, if you guys want to just grab my screen, like my YouTube screen, and then stream that out, like you can do that.
That's fine.
That's probably the best solution that we have right now.
I can grab you the thing to make it full screen.
Okay, so it says that it's online. Let me just confirm on twitch.tv/mindtech.
That's much better.
Yeah, it's because it's all processing it on the Restream server.
Much better.
Yep. Alright, it is low latency and it is good. So welcome everyone to the Tech Catch Up podcast. This is season 3, episode 3. Hopefully it's not going to be cut short again, but since we are using Restream, it should be good. I tried to do something overly complicated and something that should be advanced and amazing, but in reality it's not. I was trying to use FFmpeg and this RTMP server called Mona, host the local RTMP server, use FFmpeg to parse
title,
that.
By the way.
Oh, rambling about 2020 and stuff. Okay, hold on 1 second. Gotta edit this, but you know, I was trying to use all of these different things hosted on my local box. And of course, as anyone could estimate, it completely failed and was terrible and was just the worst thing in the world. So we're back to doing it the old-fashioned way with Restream.io, so hopefully it will work well. So how are y'all doing today?
Good.
Yeah, good.
Alright, science and technology. Let's get that stream category pushed up. And then all of my chats should be popped up, so hopefully I can see all of that there on my big TV. You know, it's a big production, you know. Like when you're trying to do all this stuff, and guess what? I forgot to make a PowerPoint slide deck. Well, oh well. You're just gonna have to look at my messy desktop and my really terrible school picture, which I'm not even gonna show you in detail because it's so terrible. You know what? I'm just gonna delete that, and probably delete all of this other stuff. There you go. Now it's a clean desktop, right? That's how you clean your desktop, right? I don't even know. Okay, so what should we start with? Because we have a lot of topics. We have some bangers today, like some serious topics. So, which one interests you the most?
The Apple versus Epic Games with Microsoft on side of them, because they're signing up like a thing against them.
Oh yeah, because
yeah.
So I think what happened was Apple was trying to like monopolize the App Store, so they told Epic Games to F off because Epic Games said that they're charging too much money, yada yada yada. So then they blocked Fortnite, and then they blocked like xCloud or something else because they thought that it violated the TOS or something. Is that what's going on? Yeah, so Apple, I'm surprised because usually Microsoft is the person you associate with monopolies, right? Like the big Microsoft versus the United States of America in the late 90s. That's a crazy case. I actually don't think that they were that much of a monopoly, but that's besides the point. I think Apple is being a monopoly here because I think the first big thing is it is a private platform. The App Store is designed by Apple for Apple users. So I can see why they'd really want to have control over exactly what they push to that. And I'd see why they'd also charge a premium. But they're charging a lot of money to host these services. And you have to keep in mind all they're really doing is making it so that they can have it in your marketplace. They kind of be like if I sold some merchandise and I wanted to sell it at Walmart, and Walmart would be charging me like 40% of my entire business just to sell some merchandise at Walmart. Like, that doesn't really make sense. Like, I'd see a little bit because, you know, Apple is providing the platform and they are providing the discoverability, but not as much as they charge. So
also the fact that they don't allow third-party app stores either, as well. And also jailbreaking is kind of illegal, according to Apple, even though it's not illegal. But they make it seem like if you do this, you're breaking the law, when you technically you're not. That's your device, you pay for the hardware. you should be able to load your own software onto the hardware.
Exactly.
And I think there should be a law that will allow us to bootload into other OSs.
I could see that, but then I could also see the liability that creates, because Apple really wants to keep it their own like walled garden, like their perfect pristine pasture. And then once you introduce like jailbreaks and stuff like that, then if your iPhone breaks, are they really responsible for that, or is it your fault for installing the unverified software? Or if your data gets leaked and if you get hacked, are you going to be able to go and complain to Apple?
Well, they could actually technically sort that out, saying obviously if you do this, it's your responsibility. Which would be alright. I would actually generally load either Android or Ubuntu mobile onto it instantly if I could have the chance to. I know it probably wouldn't work, but
I'm an iOS fanboy though. Like, I like my iPhone the way it is.
There is ways to already bootload Android onto iOS devices, but that's jailbreaking. Yeah. And technically, it doesn't technically sit as the main OS. It's like a virtual machine. So
I see. Isn't there even like a way to do like virtual machines yada yada without even bootloading?
No, you can't have. Apparently, I think it was like a thing where you're not allowed virtual machines inside of iOS. Because I mean, as soon as they've got control of iOS, they control all of it.
I see. But I remember there was something where you were able to load in a virtual machine without. Maybe you did have to jailbreak it. Maybe I am kind of mistaken.
But then again, how would you hook the hardware to it exactly? Because it's their own chipset.
And you'd have to really. It'd be less of a virtual machine and more of an emulator, because like most pieces of software and like Ubuntu and stuff, they primarily run on x86, x64, and they don't really run on. I'm not sure. Do you even know if like the architecture is ARM64 or if it's something completely different?
I don't know. It probably is x64, but not like. It's probably not the same.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to make you sound all fancy now. Wait, could you talk?
Hello?
Alright, awesome. Oh, and I thought for a second that I had muted myself. Hold on, let me get the RN noise. I'm trying to switch over all of my noise suppression over to the new fancy one. Check Discord. What happened on Discord? Actually, I should probably just post this here, like, so people can view the Discord while we do our chat, which might be interesting. Your stream title, your title. What's wrong with my title?
Have a look. Multi-streaming with Restream Bio.
What? On YouTube?
Yeah, and there's 5 people watching you right now.
Why? Why would it do that?
I don't know.
I seriously set it all up. I set up the event, and then Restream comes in here and does a train wreck. What the frick is wrong with this stupid piece of crap service? I'm sorry, but that's Oh, I just cursed. I can't be cursing on YouTube. Now I'm going to get demonetized. It's not even set to monetization because Restream is a piece of crap. Okay, let's see. Hold on 1 second. Let me edit my title here. I set up this event and I sent the link to everyone, and now Restream is being a piece of crap. And
God damn it!
That's just so nice. Could you try and send out the link to everybody?
I will do. I have sent it on Twitch. I'm on Twitter.
I have sent it.
Could you add everyone on Discord also?
Yes, I will.
Description is really powered by Restream.io. We're just so special. Yeah, frick you.
Is that actually your description on it?
Yeah, I spent like 10 minutes doing a description, and then Restream thinks it's so special.
Yeah, just take the spotlight.
But you know what? Restream is the only thing that got this to work, so there is something to say about that, right? No, but I just hate streaming on YouTube. Like, it sucks. It's just the worst experience ever. Chihuahua. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Multi-streaming with Restream.io. We're just so we're precious. You should give us money because we're so precious. That's the pitch for VStream. Okay, let's see. And then it's not entertainment. Why would it be entertainment? It's science and technology. Change the thumbnail. It's not that thumbnail. It's the thumbnail that I created for it, and it is not made for kids. I don't want to get demonetized, okay?
Not made for kids.
There we go. Hey, Odron. Welcome. Sorry I didn't see your chat earlier, man. It's that I had the stream chat for the real stream up on my monitor, and I just assumed that nobody found their way into the stream, but no, everyone was watching it, but it's just that the event wasn't working because Restream decided to destroy the event. Which is fine, I guess. Let's see. And now the title should be good. Because there we go. I think we're all up and running now. That kind of derailed the stream. Sorry about that. But let's see. Did you get to add everyone on the announcements?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. All right. So back to the Apple crap. So I'm honestly a big proponent of like having the walled garden. And I know that kind of probably sounds weird coming from big nerds like me who likes to mess up my box and completely derail it and everything. But like honestly, I enjoy being able to just have a perfect experience with the iPhone. And it's not perfect, like don't get me wrong, but most of the time
true that
the experience that you get on the iPhone is going to be better than something that you'd get on like something where you had to manipulate it and you jailbroke it and yada yada yada, because you have 10,000 different developers going in and making their applications and churning the kernel code when you have a jailbroken application or a jailbroken phone. Whereas when you have just a regular phone, a regular app that has been vetted by Apple, you know that it's secure, you know that it's not stealing your data, it's not leaking it off to some Chinese company somewhere.
I mean, it's leaking off to Apple, though, still.
Well, yeah.
Giving it out to the government.
but at least you know who it's going to. Whereas if you jailbreak something and you get kind of like a sketchy jailbreak, who knows? You might be selling that off to some criminal organization and they might be showing up to your house at night and stealing your organs. Who knows? Not that would happen. Like I'm pretty sure that's never happened before. But
have you seen the Pi-phone?
The Pi-phone?
Yeah. There's this called something called a Pi-phone. It's like it uses the Raspberry Pi architecture.
Okay.
And it's basically a phone.
Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense because the Raspberry Pi is perfect for a phone. Like, it's a bit big because you have all the ports, but maybe if you desoldered, like, hold on, where's my Raspberry Pi? Maybe if you desoldered, I think it's somewhere else. Like all those big ports on the board itself, if you just remove those, then you could really get that to be just like a phone PCB, and then stick a 300 or 3,000 milliamp hour battery on that, just where you have the regular charging circuit, and then boom. Like, not much to it.
Yep.
Could you show me?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the link now. Yeah. I did go on this before. Is this it? Oh, they've changed the site a little bit.
That honestly sounds like a really interesting concept.
It uses the x64 architecture.
Okay.
Let me find. I'll send it on Discord. It's easier. There you go.
Because if so, then you could run like, because kind of like how Apple is developing their Apple Silicon, like you could run Photoshop, you could run Premiere, all those different apps that now Adobe and different people are starting to develop. You could run that all on your phone, theoretically. So let's see. It has an all-winner A64 quad-core system on a chip. I really don't know what's so special about that. You have 2 gigs of RAM, which is okay. You have about a 6-inch LCD. Obviously not the best screen, but you know, it's an open source phone, right?
But thinking about it, you could technically run a web server on your phone.
You could.
Anywhere in the world. Because the LCD would do.
And then, like, it would be burning your pocket because it'd be so hot. Like all these people, you literally be hosting Storylight, like, right on your phone.
Central heatsink. You lot central heating.
Yeah, you'd have to get like
2 in 1.
active cooling, kind of like that fan or that mask that I developed. Did you see that stupid mask
Yeah.
that I made?
Yeah.
And you'd literally have to stick one of those on the back of your phone just to host Storylight, you know. So this is an open source phone supported by all major Linux phone projects. So it literally runs Linux. So you have to type like sudo apt-get update. Oh, I didn't type that correctly. Sudo. Is that what you have to do?
Let's just hope you're not dyslexic.
Yeah, like not.
That'd be the worst time ever.
Exactly, and not to crap on Linux. Like I love the terminal. Yada yada yada. Bash, Git, whatever the frick you call it.
I don't like the terminal, to be honest. It's not as good as Windows one because it's not as organized, I think.
You mean like the new Windows terminal that they just released?
Oh no, like command prompted in a show.
Oh.
The way they lay out their commands is a lot better than the way obviously Linux lays out the commands.
I know.
It's like it's more English in a sense to people.
Yeah, I can see where you're going there. Command prompt is more familiar to me because I'm kind of familiar with MS-DOS. So like you can do your dir and your dir/w, and there's probably even a way to search stuff and do other cool things. Like, isn't this interesting?
They do like /r/a and stuff like that.
And then all of your switches.
The command line arguments. Yep.
Yeah, like
it's really cool.
That's stuff that's familiar to me. And like I wasn't born when MS-DOS was a thing, but I can still get onto a DOS computer and configure that, and go into your autoexec.bat and add in.
Doesn't Hyper-V like have a thing to load MS-DOS?
Possibly.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, but I mean like on physical hardware, like get out your.
Oh yeah, I know. You have
486. Install Windows 3.11. Get your Doom and your Wolfenstein 3D running, and you have a good time. Your Quake.
Yeah.
My Quake.
I even
have a Quake. Yeah.
I even have a Voodoo 1. Like I didn't know, but my dad literally bought a Voodoo 1 back in the day, and I have that, and I really want to install that in the computer, like with an old Pentium MMX probably. Voodoo 1, Windows. I'll probably go with like MS-DOS and Win 3.11, but that'd be an awesome setup. Like
yeah, it would. Great video.
And then I think there's even a way, like people developed this whole network stack, TCP stack for MS-DOS.
Have you still got that Windows 3? I can't remember the version. Is it Windows 95 you had or 98?
I know that I did a video about 95 when it on the anniversary.
I know you have like a copy of one of the Windows old ones.
You
showed it on stream a while back.
I think I also have a copy of Windows 98 and Windows Me.
People don't know Windows 95 or Windows 98.
They don't know. Weird. They don't know Windows 98. Like isn't that a meme or something?
Yeah, like I thought it was like the most popular Windows, wasn't it?
I think XP was either XP or 7 was probably the most popular.
I'll say XP and Vista.
Oh wait, Vista was a train wreck.
It was.
Oh, Vista.
Because let me actually tell you the story. Like I've heard this from a Microsoft developer who like literally worked on Vista. Like they spent probably a good 3-4 years trying to develop Vista, but what happened was they kept on adding more features, and I think that they were trying to write it in like C#.net or something, like the entire like UI everything in .net, and they realized that was so resource intensive that even their big huge workstations that cost tens of thousands of dollars could barely run Longhorn at the time.
Oh jeez.
Like in 2004, they'd spent years, 2004, 2005, they literally just did a complete reset, and they wiped the entire project and then reverted back to the Windows 2003 source code.
Yeah, I have a laptop downstairs that's like from like 2000 or something, I can't remember. It's still running Vista. I've got one that's running Windows 7, one running Windows 8.1.
But you don't
I've got the whole shebang.
Wait, do you have any XP machines?
I have an XP.
Probably my old sister's one, probably. Yeah, actually it does. Oh no, we upgraded it. Yeah, we upgraded it from that. Yeah.
Like I
think I have a Vista, but my car PC.
It could barely run Windows 7 though. No.
You probably got Vista.
It's like a Pentium something.
Like Pentium 4.
Yeah, it's not like the gold edition. It's like one of the weak ones.
I see.
Let's go.
So I have this computer right here.
Did they make like?
Hey, Gabriel.
I think they made silver tips, didn't they? For like the CPUs, like
silver tips. I thought
like
that was
pins.
all gold.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But they call it Pentium Gold, and they've also got the other one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that most of these, even the budget processors, are made out of gold. Or even just gold plated, like it might actually
Hey,
be
April, how you doing?
But what I was showing you was my XP computer that I built, and it actually runs pretty well. Like I have all the latest updates. I have Kmelon to browse the web. It runs Audacity, and I think that they also have like Word 2003 or something on there. Like it's kind of
your webcam. Your webcam.
20 seconds.
Uh-oh. Wait, does my audio sound good? Could you confirm whether?
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
All right, awesome. Because that's always the thing that messes up with me. Let's see. Oh. Hold on 1 second. Mindtech video. Where's Mindtech? Oh Lord.
Oh, you doing good, Gabriel? Yeah, I'm doing good as well.
All right. Yeah, we're excited to talk about some of these topics. Like I'm a big nerd about retro computing, as you can probably tell. Like I spent a considerable amount of time last night trying to look for potentially old motherboards that my dad might have kept from the 90s, because those sell for a lot of money. Like you'd be surprised how much people literally want for like a 33 megahertz processor and like this really crappy motherboard that can only take up to like 32 megs of RAM. Like they charge like $300 for that. I'm serious.
It's crazy how things age.
Mm-hmm.
Strange
humans, like strange humans, we say.
Humans are strange.
Humans are strange humans.
Yeah. Very values go up and down.
What are you talking about? Going up and down?
About how just stuff like increases, decreases, and it's just weird how like just certain stuff just get very expensive or something.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like vintage cars. Like you can have a car from like 2005 that nobody cares about, but a car from 1955, like people would pay a lot of money for that because it's vintage. I think the same thing with like these computer parts. Like people want a 486 to play their Wolfenstein 3Ds and their original Dooms. Yeah, maybe in 2015 you can sell your 6-core for $500. Possibly. Like people might view that as like vintage hardware. You gotta play your retro games like your GTA 5 and what other retro games
you play.
Mm-hmm.
GTA San Andreas.
Just saying retro games and GTA 5 should not be in the same sentence.
I know. Well, it eventually will be. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
2013 it released. That's 7 years ago.
I mean, HoloLens is already like pretty good. Like things like that. Like HoloLens tech. Because I could imagine you could just display an image anywhere. Yeah, that would be crazy one day.
Gaming, it's gone far, hasn't it, with graphics?
Yeah.
Because
hologram gaming.
I've been playing Halo CE recently on the original graphics from 2001.
Oh.
And you can there's an option where you can get like the remastered or the original, and on the original you can tell like how like it's like so poor, like there's no textures. It's just like someone did it on like Microsoft Paint. It looked like I could do a better job with Microsoft Paint, but but I expect it because it's from 2001. But it's just crazy how I can it's crazy. A whole game and like someone could do a better job with Microsoft Paint.
I know, but like a lot of those retro games, it's really cool to look at what they were able to do. because
Yeah.
the big constraint that they had back in the day was actually not the processor but the memory that you had. You only had like 640 kilobytes of memory, so you had to load in texture files, you had to load in sound files, you had to load in like the actual map data, and they had to do a lot of compression on those actual texture files to make it very efficient. They had to do a lot of really ingenious, like low level programming to make sure that every single bit was accounted for and every single bit was incredibly efficient. But today, like, you go into C Sharp Visual Studio, it collects all your garbage for you. It already has reserved all the memory for you. All you have to do is type. Whereas back in the day, those game developers literally had to look at like the exact memory addresses and see exactly what was going on in there to make sure that they could use all of their resources efficiently.
Mm.
So I think that it's honestly beautiful. Like maybe Halo
Yeah.
C is kind of different because that was a different time, but like back in the 80s and early 90s, like what?
Memory hacking.
Exactly.
I love doing that, even till today.
Thoughts on Zen 3 pricing? So I actually haven't really seen too much about Zen 3, but I've heard that it's gonna be like it already beats out the 10900K or something in gaming, which is something that AMD has never really been able to do before, except for like back in the day with their Athlon 64 processors and such. But do you know like the pricing itself for the Zen 3?
No, I don't.
I don't.
I chihuahua. I should know it. Like I'm the big nerd here, but then I'm literally talking about 80s technology. Like who wants to hear about that? No one. All right.
People from the 80s.
The Ryzen 7 5800X is going to be $450. Well, holy
That's
crap.
not too bad.
That sounds pretty good.
I might have to upgrade.
Maybe I should.
I need to get
That's
from my
actually really
Ryzen
good.
7 100X to
Why
that, maybe.
Why are you talking about? I'm literally on first gen Ryzen and I'm still happy with it. Actually, I'm not.
Yeah,
Like
well,
my computer's really been lagging for some things that I've
it
been
needs
doing.
that. Was it multi-threading? Is that what it does?
Yeah, hyper threading.
Yeah.
Oh no. Why did they want to show me this stupid cooler? Like this looks like a terrible cooler. Who wants this? Nobody buys this stuff except for yeah, like literally it has no reviews. Like who
Luke
wants
does.
this? Oh my gosh. Okay, might as
Also,
well be a Ryzen 9 at this point. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like it will be better than the 10900. Just the Ryzen 7 is going to be better than the 109, like the i9 10900K. Like, that's pretty impressive. Okay, so let's see. Here are the pricings. So, your top of the line 5950X is going to be $799. And it looks like your Enthusiast, probably the one that most people would be getting around, that's going to be the 450. And then if you want to upgrade to a Ryzen 5 5600X, that's only going to be 299. So like honestly, that looks like a pretty good upgrade path, but then again, is this AM4 compatible? Because I'm really thinking that they might have bricked that in this generation, because I think back in 2017 AMD only promised like 3 years of support. Oh, it is AM4. Okay. So that means like I could literally take my first gen motherboard, like my, I think it was the A or the B, I forgot the actual chipset, but yeah, I completely forgot. I think X370, I think it was an X370 chipset, and you could literally like drop in a Zen 3. That'd be pretty impressive. It's AM4, but for out of the box only B550s will support it. Okay, I see. So you'd have to, I guess, get a BIOS upgrade before you, I guess, go on over to Zen 3. That's what it's looking like. Let's see. So it looks like. Wait, do you guys know anything about like the benchmarks and performance? Because I honestly haven't really looked at that. I don't know how I've missed this news completely. Like I knew that AMD was doing something interesting, but I just don't know what happened to the 4th generation. Like, that's my big question. I know that they had like the 4th gen laptop processors, which kicked Intel's booty for the mobile, but I don't know. I know like another interesting thing with this was that the IPC, which I'm not too familiar with how like boards and processors and stuff work.
Hello, peeps.
Hello, what
I'm
happened?
back. I'm back.
Oh, you left?
Yeah, I just went for a second.
This is a cool image, like right on the substrate. So let's. Do you know much about the performance and such? Because I can look at like AMD's numbers that they're showing here, but you have to take it with a grain of salt, because
I
obviously
know that, they just underneath the 5 gigahertz mark. They are 4.9. They haven't reached the 5 gigahertz yet.
Can't wait until they do them.
Okay.
So they are.
They're not overtaking Intel just yet.
Well, you could probably just go and overclock that to 5 gigahertz pretty easily. I think as long as you have a good cooling system. I don't really like overclocking though, it just adds instability. Like the last time I overclocked my CPU, it literally burned up my entire motherboard, so I don't want to do that. And it was my motherboard's fault. Like, it wasn't when I was overclocking. I literally had that overclock for like a year. And then when I went to render a video, the thing literally just burned up. It's terrible. Okay, so you live in Europe. The Ryzen 7 will be about 500 euros, which is too much for a Ryzen 7. And the 5600X will be 350 euros. Might as well go with a 3rd gen Ryzen at this point. Yeah, I could see that. Like, I know that the jump from 1st gen to 3rd gen was a pretty big jump. And I didn't get into, like, the Ryzen processors until, like, I think 2nd gen was out, just because it was a lot more value for what you could actually buy. Like, I think I built my new system about 2 years ago. So maybe it is time for an upgrade, who knows. But I got a really good deal on an 1800X. Like, I think it's only like $150 or something. Like, it was really cheap. So, like, the performance that I'm getting is really good. But according to this, you have a 50% increase in League of Legends. Why are they still testing in DirectX 11? Okay, you shouldn't be testing games in DirectX 11. That's literally Windows 7 technology.
Yeah.
Okay, PUBG.
Yeah.
Let's see, so it looks like when you're actually testing Vulkan, like I'd expect that because Vulkan really likes AMD. So in Battlefield 5, you only get like a 5% increase from the...
Well, Vulkan doesn't like mine, apparently. When I go to Rainbow Six Siege, I get less FPS in Vulkan than I do.
Do you?
Without Vulkan, yeah.
So here's the gaming performance, which is never what really AMD has done before. So Ashes of the Singularity in Vulkan. It looks like it has an 11% increase over the Core i9-10900K. It was a tie on Far Cry New Dawn, and then about a 5% increase in Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Total War. So it looks like the Ryzen 9 and the 10900K are kind of taking blows here, according to their benchmarks.
They're quite similar. AMD as well.
So hold on, let me look at this. Let's see, so it will be available on November the 5th, but it's also going to unveil a new family of GPUs, which is another one of our topics. So,
yeah,
I think that it's really cool what they're able to offer right now. But then again, I think that, honestly, x86, x64 is really a dead technology almost at this point because of what ARM is going to be doing. And I know that it's kind of early to call that, but I'm honestly expecting ARM to completely take over within just a few years. Like, Intel will be offering ARM 64 processors. Like, I'm saying it now. I might be wrong, but I am saying it now. And so I guess what we really need to do is look at the 3rd gen and then really compare that. Wait, is this leaking my address? Amazon always loves to leak your address, that's why. Even if you don't ask it to leak your address, it still does it. Let's see, I don't think it is. I'm surprised. Wow, good job, Amazon. Okay, so here is a 3800X, which is probably the most logical upgrade if you have been holding out on Ryzen, or if you only have like a first gen or something like that. And I know that this never really beat out Intel for their gaming performance, so I think that that's where it's really interesting with these new benchmarks. Even though you have to keep in mind like where it was actually beating out Intel on the 10900K was with a Ryzen 9, like the top tier Ryzen 9. So it's kind of like, yes, it is still a bit cheaper. Like if you look up 10900K, let's see. Let's see how much they want to charge for that. Okay, so this is, hold on one second. I don't know why Intel can't just tell me a thing. Something that I don't like about the conference is that Lisa Su called the new CPUs gaming CPUs. That's just really frustrating, since probably changing GPU will give more... Exactly. Like most modern CPUs, like if you have even like a... I'm not going to say a quad core because that's kind of outdated, but game developers really leverage the GPU a lot more. Like, let's be honest. So as long as you have a CPU that doesn't bottleneck the GPU, you should be fine. And it really depends on the engine you're using, and it also depends on like the type of game you're playing, because some games really do a lot of CPU processes, like computational things, whereas most games, like your PUBG or whatever, as long as it's optimized, like you put a good GPU in your box and you just run off with great performance.
Yeah.
Was that an overly technical explanation? Did I confuse everyone?
It's pretty simple.
Okay.
I understand. Like
because sometimes I think
that's very GPU heavy.
Sometimes
you would think it'd be CPU heavy, but it's actually GPU heavy. It's very strange.
Exactly, because
you can run legit can run it on not nearly any, but on like any i5 possibly, any i5 processor. As long as you have a graphics card, then you can play Siege very comfortably. It's strange, but then you have other games which are not the graphics cards heavy, and they're just very CPU heavy.
Yep,
but
exactly.
To be honest, I'm not going to upgrade my PC, because as gaming is right now, I don't think there's any big titles coming out which is worth me buying.
Exactly. I'd agree with that. Like, that's
from a business point of view, that's bad for them. I just don't think there's enough games coming out which is making me want to buy new equipment to make my game experience better, because the next big game which I'm looking at is coming out in 2 years.
Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of fine with myself right now. And from the POV, if like, I don't know about other people, but they need me to buy products, then that isn't good for them. And it's not Ryzen and Intel's fault. It's more the gaming company's fault that they're not getting out the games, which, I don't know. I feel like gaming it's gone a bit weird recently.
I see. Like,
I don't know.
I'm not
a
big gamer now. So like I build my computers to be more of a workstation, even though I've actually found that like the gaming parts, they do well for workstation work, and they usually, I think, cost less, which is a really interesting trend. You think that like they'd really try and tack on the gamer tax like they do with laptops and stuff.
Yeah.
But like you can get a gaming CPU and a gaming GPU that still does really well with, video rendering and the occasional game.
Yeah.
And you should be good with that. But really, for me, I'm probably not going to upgrade, just because I think that you should use a computer platform for more than 2 years. Like, probably at the 3-year mark, I'll start thinking about an upgrade. But honestly, these new CPUs, like the more clock speeds, the more cores they have, and the more optimized developers start to be with their applications, like the more they start to take advantage of hyper-threading and multiple instances of the application running, then I think that really becomes an attractive upgrade. But I'm not sure if the jump from third to fifth generation is that big, like we saw even on the AMD charts. Hold on, let me bring those up again. That, and I'll have to watch a bit more stuff about this. But you again, I kind of want to emphasize this. You have to take AMD's benchmarks with a grain of salt, because they obviously want to sell you their processors. They're not going to say, oh, it performs like crap in this game. Like, really, you should get Intel over here. No, they're going to say, no, it performs great. Just look at how great it is, even though it performs crap over here. So let's see, that's where we need the Linus Tech Tips and Kyle's and Paul's Hardware, yada yada, G's 2 cents.
Yeah.
So let's see. DirectX 9. Why? No, you... Look at that. That's BS. Like, don't run your games in DirectX 9. What are you, on Windows 95? Okay, let's see. So this is the performance over the 3rd gen to the 5th gen. So as you can see, it's a pretty good gaming performance in some of the more CPU intensive and unoptimized PUBG piece of crap. On optimization, not the actual game, but like the optimization, just an absolute piece of crap. And then, like your Vulkan, you'd expect that to perform well. And then when it comes to RTX titles like Battlefield 5, not that big
Maybe
upgrade.
not, because it's RTX, maybe.
Like, I'm surprised that you would be getting this much more quality. But then again, look at that. 1920 by 1080 resolution. And then what, did they tell you the GPU that they're on? Or what, did they use an old GPU with the old card and then a new GPU with the new one? Who knows?
Exactly, doesn't tell you the whole story.
But the big
just little snippets which they want to tell you. It's marketing.
Exactly. So the big thing here is that you are still at 7 nanometer, which is a much more efficient process than the Intel chips. So that's one reason why you might want to get to AMD. And I think another big thing, you have a big increase in the max boost clock if you're not overclocking. You have a huge increase in the IPC, which is pretty impressive. And it just says new core layout and new cache topology. I don't understand like the microarchitecture of CPUs, so it's kind of difficult for me to talk about that, but I'd say it's pretty impressive. Like, if you've been waiting out for an upgrade, like, you might as well go and pick that up.
Uh-huh.
So what about those new RX cards?
Apparently they're better than the R3080. That's what they said.
Which is crazy for me to think about. Like,
I mean, if it is actually what they say it is, it could be the next.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, AMD's always been trustworthy. Everything they usually say usually comes out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying it'll just come out tomorrow, because it won't do that.
Yeah.
But if I was to get an upgrade, I would go AMD.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, Intel's
kind of dead.
I don't understand why you'd go for Intel.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not worth it Intel anymore.
AMD.
They're not even fighting it anymore. I don't.
Yeah. Did you see the?
They used to fuel the fire, but not anymore.
Yeah, like they released something where like they were saying about how Intel's still for gaming. Did you see that? The day before they released the new processors. Before AMD released the new processors.
It's just not for gaming.
It was like, yeah, we're for gaming, yeah. Buy our product.
Vulkan has their own engine for AMD now.
But yeah.
To improve gaming.
Let's look at this slide.
And yes,
here.
it works in some configurations, but my configurations are clearly just bad anyway.
So this is the quality that you'll be getting at 4K on, I guess, just the Radeon RX 6000 series. So you'd be getting 88 frames per second in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Well, okay, so the first thing that I'd like to know...
That's pretty good.
How are they gonna
outperform? That's a very tough game to run. And with it being in 4K, that's a good that's a pretty good start. That.
Are you running that in ray tracing? Do they even have real-time ray tracing support?
I don't know.
Does RX support ray tracing?
Because I know that like on the consoles they do have ray tracing. Like all those consoles, PS5, Xbox Series X.
Maybe they got a specialized chip. Could
but
be.
they're all built on AMD, and that's usually
So
where
it
AMD made
should.
their money back when like they were dead.
The
Now,
consoles.
let's see. Okay, so
Isn't
for comparison,
the PlayStation using NVIDIA cards?
Oh yeah, I think it is.
That might be
But
why.
I think Xbox is using AMD.
Yeah, they're definitely using AMD for Xbox.
yeah, I
Stay
think
in the
it's
roots.
a Ryzen and an RX.
They're not paying out to Intel anymore.
Which is smart of them. But yeah, that stat there which says 80 plus on 4K on Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare is a very tough game to run.
Yeah, true.
They made that game aimed towards future products. So now, and
it's like 12K support as well. It's weird.
That's good. That's a good stat like that.
I guess this is
with it being 4K.
This is basically the only benchmark we got though, like right here. Lisa
Yeah.
Sue holding up that card like, ooh, look at this card. You better buy it and give us money.
Give her money.
How much
man.
is the card?
I don't even know. I don't think that they really gave us much because it says right here that it will be officially unveiled on October the 28th. So
Okay.
I think we're gonna have to wait out and see that. But
Because
I'm really
we don't
excited.
know. Because we don't know if it will be as good as what Nvidia is offering. It'd be interesting. I've never gone AMD for graphics, but
Might be time.
might be time. Yeah.
I've always gone
Yeah.
AMD for graphics.
AMD killed off Intel. Now they're after Nvidia.
I've always gone AMD, but now I really want to go Nvidia because their real-time ray tracing, you can actually run that really well with the new graphics cards.
Yeah. And there's like voice recognition with the RTX as well.
And
all those things you can do. It's crazy.
Like I really want to try out RTX voice. And I think it was a perfect move for them to enable that on non-RTX cards. Like they call it RTX voice, but you don't need ray tracing to do that. Like it works on all GeForce cards, which I think is just excellent. Like it's honestly a very consumer-friendly move, which Nvidia normally doesn't do. Plus the pricing, I think that it's really interesting to see how low they can get with that pricing. Of course, you have your scrapers and stuff, but at that entry-level pricing, like I think that's especially the 3080 is a really good option. Maybe not the 3090. Like it's not as like it does perform well, but I don't really know who it's for because you can get really good gaming performance on a 3080, but on a 3090 it's just a bit better and doesn't really do that well with workstation because it doesn't have the correct drivers, which Linus explained and really complained about. And I don't think many people are gaming at 8K. Like, I don't think many people have an 8K display. Maybe like a few people, but hardly anyone. Like I barely.
Like I guess the only game you would play on it is maybe Doom Eternal. Like there's not a lot of games out there which, if you could, they probably wouldn't even support it, or you would even run it on. As well, like there's not there's not enough titles out at the moment to run it on 8K.
True that.
And I bet that like you could take an old game and put it up to like 4K, 8K, but that doesn't mean it's gonna look good.
Yeah, because of everything else. It'll look weird if anything.
Like the developers, like for Quake or Halo CE or whatever, they might make like textures in 1080p. But they didn't have the 8K displays back in the day. Like, I know like the guys over at Quake, they had like a really advanced setup, like really advanced monitor, and they all used like next workstations. But that doesn't mean that they're gonna support the games from 20 years newer. Like, so I can really see how a lot of these games they probably didn't even have developers using 8K displays when they were being developed. Maybe 4K, but
No.
Mm-hmm.
But time has to move on. We have to move on, and games will eventually be 8K.
Eventually.
But it's that time again where like the next new things coming out, and like the games have to like change to it, and all the newer titles you look and they'll be like, it's not supporting 8K, but like, you know, they were out like when they were making the game, it was before 8K monitors were even like released, so bad timing for them. But there isn't a lot of games anyway at the moment, so it's fine.
Exactly. So, do you have any last remarks about these AMD announcements?
Not really.
No, just that they're doing good and
Yep,
they're
they
winning.
are.
They are owning the battlefield.
I hope. But then again, like, what happens if they decide to not release an ARM chip? Because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
x86, AMD, 64-bit, we came out with it first, blah, blah, blah.
Your camera has another timer on it.
Oh god.
Wait, what happened?
Your camera.
Your camera.
Another countdown.
Yeah,
I
battery.
see. Yeah, that's because DSLRs have a mirror in them, which refracts the image or reflects it. Or I didn't pay attention in physics class. It has to turn off to basically cool itself down. Hold on 1 second. Do. And that's one disadvantage of using like a DSLR as a webcam. But I think it's still
down.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that it's still worth it for the quality. Like, can
Yeah,
you
the
see
quality's
like
really good.
the depth of field? Like, hold on, let me show you like this intense bam of mind tech. Like, oh my god, so amazing. And then I can go
Details.
to like. So I don't know what's going on there.
Skypey.
Guys gotta get webcams. Like,
I will eventually.
I'll go to game eventually and buy a £30 webcam and set it up.
and then like,
I'll eventually do that.
don't get a webcam. That's the thing. Like, get a webcam, but don't get one because they're a waste of money. You know what you should get?
What should I
Yes,
get?
This right here. A GoPro Hero 4. I literally got this for like $80. It does 4K. It doesn't output 4K, but you can record in 4K. It has a really nice fisheye lens, so you can really zoom out. And like Joe, you saw the quality of the GoPro last time. Yesterday when we were on a Discord call, like it's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, I was pretty shocked actually.
So,
Genuinely shocked. It was weird.
And all you really need to use this is a capture card, like a 1080p capture card. You can get them for like $20 on Amazon. And then for under $100, you have like an epic setup for a webcam. So honestly, that's what I recommend. Like, don't waste your time and your money with a cheap Chinese webcam that's already out of stock because everyone thinks that they need a webcam. Like, no, get a GoPro.
You don't need it, man. Oh my god.
And even then, you can use Epicam HD. Like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that nobody has ever heard me say that before, but it's this application.
Mine's I've heard it before.
And
I got a lot of views.
yeah, maybe just a little, 100,000.
A little bit.
Not too much.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's the thing. Like half of my audience is from that one video. But I'm not I'm happy about that. But I do have other popular videos, especially with the networking stuff. Like whenever I make a video about networking, like everyone just flocks to like, ooh, what's he's gonna say? And then they always hate me because I always do a crappy job with it. But I don't know. It's hard to find your niche on YouTube, honestly. But I think my niche is really just like the value stuff and networking stuff. Different wireless applications you could do to make your phone do more stuff. Like that's really Yeah, stuff.
Stuff,
Manisha's
man.
stuff. Yeah.
Stuff in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but you want to get on to our next topic, which I already forgot about?
Go ahead. I don't know what we're doing next, but go ahead.
I don't even. I guess one topic is that I got 100 on a test in math.
That's something.
That's quite a topic to talk about, right? I click that.
Mm.
Assessment is available on Assessment on Trigonometry. I received a score of 100 out of 100, but then she told me that I need to go one more step so we can see tan A equals tan A. Well, I still did it correctly, but I guess that could be valid enough, right? Possibly. Yeah. Yeah. But I still got 100, so I'm not gonna complain, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm just gonna give her a thumbs up because that is valid enough. I'm not gonna give her a thumbs down. There you go. Thumbs up. Oh no.
So
Literally, my learning management platform is so crappy. I sent an emoji of thumbs up as a comment, and literally what it sent back was question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. So now my teacher's looking at that like, huh? Why is he so confused about that? So I said I meant to say thumbs up. There you go. There we go. All is good.
Our system isn't the greatest as well, but
I'll secure the network, jeez.
What kind of system do you use? Is it like an actual well-known system?
It's they do group policies, like Windows built in. Okay. And that's it. But the thing is, you can just disable them. Kind of them. And also the Sophos thing, yeah, you can just turn that off. Which is like one of the security systems. It's pretty much in the security system because it's flawed in many ways.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes, the people that administer the tech and stuff, at schools, they don't realize that their students can figure this stuff out pretty easily. But,
they underestimate the power.
Exactly. But the one that I'm using is more like Google Classroom in a way. Kind of almost like Storylight, if you think about it. I think it's using a lot of the same things that, I've been working on in Storylight. And that's another topic for something that we'll probably talk about later. But, they probably use a really similar type of system, with the PHP, the file storage, the MySQL databases, yada, yada, yada. So, I think that it's interesting how simplistic it actually is. But the problem is that it just... things that you'd expect to work well, like emojis, let's say, Unicode, they literally replaced it with... And I know that lookup. I've done that to fix stuff in my database. But you can put emojis, Unicode emojis, into a MySQL database. I don't know why they need to replace that, because I think what they literally did was they said, if you find anything with Unicode, just do a blank search for that. You find that, and you replace it with 4 question marks. Which does not make any sense at all. That's just lazy programming. If you ask me. But, somebody else, another web dev might say something else.
Start attacking us now.
Oh yeah, you want to get into the topic of Storylight?
Go ahead. Lead the way.
Well, you're the one.
I think if you just click start streaming again, it should just start restreaming.
I managed to close OBS. I don't know how. Maybe it crashed. It might have crashed. That could have been a thing.
It could have been overloaded.
Is it back? Is it streaming back on?
Then something that you get.
Should we blame it on AMD?
Yeah, that's blaming on AMD.
It could have been overloaded.
AMD, it's your fault.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta see if hold on.
I imagine new ways to get doctors to people who can't get to doctors.
I imagine new ways to get
Okay, I think it's working. One more step so we can see.
It's working now. Yeah.
On my end, it's up. Some difficult.
We're back here. We're back.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Wait, is it working or?
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah. So
Okay, but how much stream did we miss?
I think it was like a couple of minutes. Like
Better not.
at max, it would have been about 4 minutes probably.
Valid enough.
Yeah, we still got 3 viewers. We're okay.
Okay, so I was talking about like the amazing
Yeah.
feedback that I received on my test. How you doing, Shiro? Welcome to Twitch. See, we have people coming in from all corners of the internet, like bam, bam, bam.
On Twitch.
Yeah, you're a Twitcher. So is Shiro.
Alright, let's go.
So, hello, welcome to the Tech Catch Up podcast, live on Sundays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Actually, 9:30 a.m.
Let's cheer the bits, boys. Let's
Ooh,
cheer
we
them
got the bits. That's what I like about Twitch. Like on YouTube, you have to do super
Illuminati.
chats, which is like you literally have to do super chats, which is actual money. But on Twitch, you can watch some ads and get bits, and then you cheer those. Like you're going from Twitch directly to the creator, which is just awesome. Kind of think of it like YouTube monetization, but it doesn't actually pay that much, but it gives like Sims the power to do stuff. Like that's literally what bits are. Like it's incredible. Even though they were introduced before Sims were a thing, so it's kind of like, you know. I guess that's a topic for another day. Holy crap! Those are a lot of Mindtech emojis.
Right. Should we start talking about what we were talking about a minute ago?
Yes, Storylight. So if you guys don't know what Storylight is, it is the up and coming platform, which is apparently shipping on New Year's. So I know what I'm just kidding.
We are not here.
Literally on New Year's, we're just going to be typing like, "Holy crap!" Whereas everyone else is going to be like,
"May at the same time." I mean, I think it might just be a Christmas gift. Never would have said that before.
But like honestly,
my Christmas gift from you, Joe.
Yeah, it is.
Like Joe, we gotta think about it like this. We gotta have it like ready before Christmas. So that we can enjoy Christmas, and then, like, once it's actually time to ship, then we're just gonna press a few buttons.
Exactly. 3 months.
Yes.
So
that's gonna be an interesting 3 months. Like, we gotta make those schedules, right? Like those project deadlines and stuff.
I know you're uploading sister. The video in the comment section, bang! Right, that works flawlessly.
Yes.
Everything else, I don't know.
But the video uploader system is okay.
Yeah, that works. The login system, it just doesn't like us at all.
Yeah, it does not like being on a website. Like that's the big.
It's like PHP. No, decline.
Yes.
No.
So I really have to spend some time probably today trying to figure that out.
Bug fixing.
And then I'll probably have to get you on a call just so you can be like, "Oh, you just gotta look at this," and I'll be like, "No, it's not gonna work. No."
Yeah, because you're the back end the front end developer.
Shiro,
I try and think in your way, but I can't think your way because obviously I don't know as much.
But then again, I hardly know anything. Like I can like use the Stack Exchange and try and figure stuff out, but it's not perfect.
It's like me telling you how to create logos and you've never created a logo before, you know, it's gonna...
Exactly.
You have to go with it, but you can't.
Hey, thank you.
But we're developers, we learn.
Thank you for the 20 bits. And I really... Like, if you want to create some logos, it would be awesome if you would make a better emoji for me. Because I was trying.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I remember when I got Twitch affiliate, I was like, "Oh, I got to make all these emojis."
Oh yeah,
blah, blah,
should we show the Twitch merch? The merch I made.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Let's go on to Twitter.
How much would that actually cost to like make a one-off of though? Like, wouldn't that be very expensive?
I think because I was speaking to Matt last night because I'm enjoying Heads Up Games, which is Matt Ball's company.
Is it like
he said he wanted a custom shirt, and the shirt costs I think around 10 quid, so probably like $50 because you know the exchange rate is ridiculous.
What is the difference between
if you click on that link, guys, you'll see the image. Hopefully. Oh no, that downloads the images.
Oh no.
Rip. Sorry.
What have I done?
I need to go into mod view. I need to delete it.
Oh, I can delete it for you.
No,
I can also ban you. Do you want me to ban you?
Ban me.
I accidentally did that. Like the last stream.
Yeah.
You spamming the chat with links, Joe.
Yeah, I know, right?
I love it.
The bot was like,
ban
"Hello,
hammer.
get the fuck out."
Get out the ban hammer.
Oh god, keep
Oh,
cussing.
wow.
I hate it.
Twitch introduced a new feature. Did you know that you can reply to people in chat now?
Oh, that's sick.
That is sick. Hold on, let's see.
I can have people.
I gotta go to my mod view. Wait, I just want to delete your chat. Okay, I just want to get you out of my chat.
Oh, I can see all of your chat history, Luke.
Wait, hold
and
on.
anything you've ever sent.
Wait, anything ever? That's all.
Yeah, and I can also delete the messages that you've ever sent. In the mod view.
Hey, what does Bang NB do? I'm curious.
These ruins is like.
Huh?
Bang NB?
Bang and B? What?
Like Bang is
Oh.
an exclamation point.
Oh, okay.
Like you gotta
I
learn
don't
that
say that.
developer logo, like Bang lingo, you know.
I don't think that.
Yeah, you don't think in developer.
Exclamation point, because that's our English language and we get taught that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Well, then I gotta
Sorry.
go to mod view,
Sorry.
and then I gotta go over here. This is a very
Oh,
pressing issue.
Nightbot. Okay.
Like Storylight will definitely be worse than this. I'm just kidding. We're gonna make.
We'll try and do it.
Wait, what?
Oh. What'd you
Okay,
say?
so there's some mod actions in here, and there's some interesting things. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know.
But okay, so
I can
blah,
permit
blah, blah.
terms, block terms.
foot fetish added as permitted term by Mindtech via auto mod.
Foot fetish.
Why?
Huh? What have you been up to? I don't know what you've been up to.
How come
Oh.
PewDiePie was banned from my channel? Oh
What?
my
What?
lord.
What?
We banned PewDiePie from our channel, apparently.
Have we? Let's go.
We can ban anyone, like.
Oh man,
Let's
this is when I used to have people come into my
We
chat.
can ban me. Yeah.
How come? Who's Danny? And why did
He's
you
a
ban him?
YouTuber on YouTube.
He joined in 2007. How do you even join in Okay, we're getting off topic. Okay, so back to Storylight. So
Yeah.
you know, Christmas. We got our eggnog. We got, you know, next to the keyboard our Stack Exchange on one monitor, and we're trying to ship the Storylight. So why should people create an account on Storylight, and why should they be excited?
You know why? You should create an account is because you're joining the new thing. It's a new thing, and if you're with it, probably the first 10 people are probably going to be the first 10 popular people on YouTube. Like, not YouTube, Storylight. I just said YouTube then.
So
But that's how YouTube did. Like, if you look at the first 10 people ever joined YouTube, they got loads of subscribers.
So
See
like,
what I mean?
if you get it like right when we ship it on December the 31st, 2020, do you know like what the time is going to be? Is it going to be like before?
I don't know a time. I'll have to figure that one out.
Is it
But
going to
obviously me and you, because you know our time differences. I
Because
don't want to miss out.
I think it'd be really interesting if we did like right when it shifts on over to the new year for you.
That would be funny.
That would
We
be.
could have like a countdown. That'd be crazy.
And countdown, and then we're gonna have to create like a big hype event, and then we'll
Well,
probably...
we have an Instagram account now. We have a Twitter account. We also have a Facebook Marketplace account. It's so we can advertise, basically.
No, but what I'm
Eventually.
thinking is that like we should have like 2 or 3 hype events before we ship, and then once we actually ship, it's going to be like a big thing. You know, we're gonna have the non-alcoholic beverages because you know you can't be.
I'm not over the age of.
Wait, what is the age for that in the UK?
I think it's 16.
Oh wow!
Alcohol.
If I was in the UK, I could be
with
drinking. I could be drinking.
It's 18.
Oh no!
But
with
you
parents
can have alcohol with your parents at the age of 5.
What?
Yeah, you're allowed the
that's
alcohol
with the meal,
beverage
though.
in your household at the age of 5 in the UK.
But that's with a meal, though. Unless you're over the age of 16, you can have it without a meal in your house with your parents.
No, like you don't need a meal. You can have alcohol.
No. I'm sure there's a law.
They recommend not to make your child.
I'm pretty sure it's a law.
No, I'm being serious. You
God.
can have.
We know you've been having some Corona beers.
You can have. Fun fact, Corona beer actually isn't beer. It's actually.
Yeah, I know. That's the funny part.
But yeah.
Okay,
so outside
again.
though, you can have one. I think when you're 17.
We're off topic again. I just quit you on.
We are off topic. Let's go back into story.
I'm a bit concerned. Like, if I was in the UK, like, I don't think I'd be able to be shipping store. I'm just kidding. Okay, back on topic. So, Storylight. It's gonna be fun. Like, I'm kind of excited for like these hype events. And then maybe once Corona is over, like, we can organize a Storylight con. I'm just kidding.
Should we see how many followers are on right now?
Yeah.
On Twitter.
I know, like Twitter already has more followers.
25 followers.
Like, that's incredible. Like, you literally... Isn't that more followers than you have on Twitter? Like, that's more followers than
It is, actually. Surprising.
Like, that's insane. I guess some of them are like your friends and my friends, but then some of them are just random people.
Yeah, I did kind of like go on that post and said a few things, you know. If you want to come join, you know, you're welcome. Because they are developers also, then people are following us because, you know, developers love seeing developer stuff. It's one of our things, yeah. Also, if you like to go follow our Twitter account, I'll leave it in chat in a second.
Yes.
Because that'd be greatly appreciated because we'll keep you up to date on everything that's going on.
And we'll probably also do like little teasers. Like, I used to do little teasers on my Twitter when I was developing, so I'll probably just log into that account and do the teasers over there.
Yeah, I actually put a little teaser on today. Sneak peek at.
Was that like a design or?
Well, it's one of many designs.
Okay, because it's kind of like what I've been doing.
I wanted that YouTube style, but not the YouTube style. I know I probably shouldn't say that because, you know, YouTube would be like, in 6 years' time, they'd be like, suing you.
Yes, exactly.
For saying this. Yeah. YouTube, you didn't see this. It's alright.
But it's all a matter of, like, trying to make it unique. So, I
we
like
don't want to be the same. Yeah.
I like the look of that design. Yeah, actually, let me go and show you this. Your last video on Instagram was in 2018.
Oh, yours?
It was. Like, I post to like my my personal Instagram, but I don't post to my actual Instagram.
Oh yeah, the login information's the same, I believe, for the other one.
Probably.
The Instagram account, if you want to log into that.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about my account, so I was like, how do you know?
Oh, no.
How do you know my login?
I was gonna say.
I should be concerned.
I'm concerned now.
Let me go to my thing right here. Hold on 1 second.
Also, I found a really awesome font. It's called Quicksand. It's on Google Fonts. It looks so clean. It's like it's very similar to Roboto, but it's not Roboto.
Interesting. And the description is XX Minecraft or XX. Yes, I think that was probably before I rebranded. No, but you want to see this? This is the demo for Storylight. Like, this is what you can expect. Actually, probably not, because it's just like an actual... It's literally just
it's an image.
A mock-up. But it'll look something like this. Like,
I'll actually create a subdomain later on, probably, with a little preview of it, I guess. If people want to go see, like, dev@storieslight.com or .storieslight.com.
Oh, and we can have, like, a little dev feed and stuff, like a little forum.
Subdomain.
That'll be nice. Oh, my lord. So... I have it so that Restream.io will automatically.
And also, no, this is just us two doing things. It's not like anyone else is humping in on this. We're just two young developers working the bums.
Yep. No, but I have Restream.io do an automatic tweet for me. So I just have random F.
F in the chat, lads, on Twitch.
Yeah, F's in chat. F's in chat, please. Oh, I got 3 retweets on this. Holy crap! Who retweeted this? Let's see. Retweeted by G4 Squad, Apple retweet bot, and you. Okay, so that's not that impressive. Okay, so let's see. I wanted to show you like my very old mock-up images because I think that I've kind of actually forgotten like what the channel page looked like. Do you remember the channel page?
Huh?
Like I used to literally have a channel page, and I thought it was looking pretty good.
I still have the. Oh, do you want to show the people version 0.9 before version 0.2 was starting to be developed?
We could.
I could just show them, because some people haven't ever seen the original version, which is quite interesting. Luke was there, so.
Oh, here's my Voodoo 2 or my Voodoo 1 that I was talking about earlier.
I did save a local copy before I finally deleted all the information.
When are we taking in the calls? Someone's just wondering.
In about a half hour.
Okay. Hey, Mindset, can you the NDI? Can you do that with share screen?
Maybe.
If
that
you
would
can.
actually be incredibly advanced, and I'd be impressed if Skype would support that. Let's see. Shared screen. Press OK. And then... Wait, it's not really working. Oh my gosh, it's working. Wow.
Is it? I'm waiting for
We gotta make a quick tips about that. How you doing, Joda? Welcome. We're just talking about the platform that we're developing right now. So if you are interested in stuff like that, then stick and listen. Okay, so let's see. This was the channel page. That doesn't look too good.
Try not to leak tons of stuff, so I'm just gonna... I know exactly where the drive is.
I see you there.
So for some reason, I always decided to like show where stuff looked bad, but this is kind of what we have here. So you have a comment system, this kind of design scheme, and then you have videos off to the side pulled right from the database. This is what the top page looks like. So you have a little thing there. You are a bold one.
Right, here we go. Here's the archive. Welcome to the archive, lads.
Oh no, welcome to the archive. Let's see.
Okay. Let's see.
Hello! Okay, I didn't have a microphone in this scene. So, sorry about that.
Oh. Should we talk again then?
Okay, so...
Sorry about that, guys.
Link was the original version of Storylight, which was interesting. I was kind of impressed with the whole Storylight theme. But now we are in version 2.
Should we have a look at Mindtech channel?
But it's actually...
There we go.
Yeah, that's the thing. So right now, literally... Because on your channel, you had, like, all of your videos, but for all the other ones, it didn't. And then
Oh, so that links directly back to this link up here. Go to Storylight, because it started to the storylight.com.
And then show them, like, the new website.
Oh, here's the landing page if you want to come check it out. It explains some of the stuff. I'm going to update this a little bit more because I need to put some more information on it, because it's kind of... We can also share the page at the bottom if you want to, with your friends or whatever.
No, but I think that that's a really good design. So many people currently use this platform. Well, we don't really have any users because, actually public just yet. But I know that there were a lot of users, like for the other platform, like a good 20, 30 people, right? Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second. Stand by. Is my stream still working?
Yep.
Okay, it said that I was dropping some frames in the encoder.
Yeah, you did drop a little bit of frames. It was alright though.
Uh-oh. And now my webcam's complaining about its heat. It's like, I'm so hot. I am just so hot. Okay, hold on 1 second. It did look like a good site.
Should we drop another bitteroonie in chat?
Well, sure.
Here's for the bitteroonie for the peeps. There you go.
You're just asking how
Nice.
many people are currently using the platform.
Yeah, Joda. Currently, apart from the people that I have in a list of like 100, obviously nobody's actually using the platform at the moment, but I'm still getting tons of views on the site, which is pretty cool. We got valuated at $1.6, which is pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Like,
Let's go.
you mean you
It's
make
good.
$1.6 a day from the AdSense?
No. Like we're evaluated at it. Some the site evaluator.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, how much is
Google.
worth the site in general?
Okay. That's interesting.
That's what Google thinks anyway.
So, like, if we wanted to sell out to Google, they'd pay us a whole $1.6 for our idea.
If you want it.
I would never do that. But then again, like in 5 years, when they offer us $1 million or $1 billion.
I'd rather just start up a new company at that point.
So this is
I'd do it.
this is like some of the things that I went through. So if you look here, this is what the comments used to look like, and then I
So
improved it
nobody
a
bully
bit,
me that I got my task this up.
and then the comments now look like this. Like, I honestly think that this, I can't believe that I developed like this system from scratch. And I was really impressed with what I was able to do. And then you have video
Oh yeah,
suggestions.
when it actually had the replies underneath, that's what I really liked. And then it had the video on top.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the likes and stuff, which obviously didn't work. But it looked as a design whole, it looked great. And I'm the designer. He's not the designer.
Yeah, as you can tell right here, like this is some of my best design work.
And also these are flex boxes as well. This is complete HTML5 flex boxes, which I hate, but I like.
And then
Hate
this
and love
is
relationship.
this is what the
Oh,
videos
lovely.
used to look like. But I was
The
so
on-hopper thing.
impressed because this is literally, so just to explain, PHP literally generates all of these pages from scratch. Like
You know
this
what we should do?
literally.
We should do that meme, that says we went from here to here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be great.
But we have to finish the development of the platform
Yeah,
first.
obviously.
And then here's oh, dang it. Never mind. I was gonna leak some of the source code, but I guess that I'm not as cool as Microsoft, so I guess I can't do that right now. But yeah, it's a pretty cool platform, and I am
What was that
incredibly
dog
excited.
jumping then?
Oh boy, Trump is another type of person that does certain things to our country. Not your country, but my country. But he does affect... Like, if you think that Trump doesn't affect you, like all of you non-Americans, he does affect you, okay? Because
He
America's
does.
a big country, so it's like huge. It's
Okay.
huge. So like, you gotta be careful with the old Trumpster, alright? Let's see. Have the prophets betrayed you yet?
You know what we should do? Because we are still getting like 100 views a day from SEO activity. And from obviously social media linking to that. We shouldn't actually just. I know we got applied for what's it called? Google Ads. We should just set that up, I guess.
Yeah, and then just put an ad down on the
Yeah,
bottom.
I
or
don't mind 2 pence a day. At the very bottom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely Trump affects the rest of the world. That's why the rest of the world hates him. I've heard that a lot. Like, I've seen, like, a few friends, like, Trump supporters, like, Trump for Ireland. Make Ireland great again, mate. Or something like that. But, yeah, I don't really think
It sounded a bit more Australian, that.
It only was Australian. Oh, I got to make it the island. I got to get the island great again.
mate. It's giddy.
Oi, mate! Got to support the Trump, mate! That's a really bad Aussie accent, isn't it? Like, I don't do... I do, like, regular British, like your accents are. I do those pretty well. But I don't do...
I remember you do one of the your British accents on stream once.
Wait, can you guys do an American accent?
No. Very much not.
Okay, so
Hey, you wanna go get out to put some stuff on the barbecue?
hey, that does sound pretty good.
You wanna go get some patties on the barbecue?
Oh, you gotta get him on the I don't. What did the Aussies even call the barbecue? I don't even know.
The barbie.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I think,
got.
yeah, I think
you
if
gotta
you look
get
at
your-
OBS, you'll be able to see my screen.
your
Have a look
patties
at
on
it.
the
Have a look at it.
barbie.
The
Alright.
Barbie. The Barbie.
So this is Mr. Live Studio doing stuff. Holy crap! Those are
Doing
a
stuff.
lot of social media buttons.
We probably
Yeah,
offended
it's
someone who
called
wants to
my
do that.
my new CodePen account.
Interesting.
Basically, people can use your projects, and then they like your projects.
Huh.
And basically, you get more clout.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But then again,
People
like,
like clout,
you,
right?
you can do that. But then what happens
Mhm.
is that, like, what happens if you make, like, Storylight open source, then all the hackers are gonna hack
Oh,
store a
God.
website, and it's gonna be horrible.
Exactly, that's what I don't want to do.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I'm an advocate for open source, like, don't get me wrong, because the nice thing is
Love
that,
it. Love it.
like, the more eyes that you have on something, the easier it is to fix, but when you have something that is originally closed source, like, let's say, Microsoft Windows NT, for example, and then you make that open source, well, the problem is that then all the hackers can find all the places where the Microsoft employees slacked, and then make Windows NT terrible. So, it does kind of get scary, like when you have things that are supposed to be closed source and they become open source. Whereas the reciprocal of that, I think, is pretty good. Like if you have something that is intended to be open source, like I just love being able to look at the code for something and make sure that it is exactly the platform that you want it to be. Like I think that that's a really cool idea. And like I honestly commend like Linus Torvalds, or however you pronounce his last name, like his contributions to open source and Linux and Git and stuff like that, and I think that's just incredible. That's kind of a weird tangent, isn't it?
Yeah, let's move back to what we were saying about Storylight.
So do you think you guys
What were we saying?
do you think you're gonna create an account on Storylight and either become a creator, maybe leave some feedback? Because like the big thing that I want to work on, like my big idea
We need the craze.
is like groups and feedback groups.
Yeah.
And I really want
to collab with other people. We want you to be with other people.
But I,
One question.
Yes.
You know on a storyline. Is it gonna be like a streaming kind of mode on it?
Not just yet, because there is complications with live streaming. Obviously, rendering it live
is quite a challenge.
is quite a challenge. Just saying, if Isaac has issues streaming to YouTube, that's already done. Yeah, you can understand how hard it would be to have a platform you can stream to.
Yeah.
but I don't actually think it's that hard. Like, I think that all you really need is an RTMP server, and then some sort of application.
We'd have to give up the keys.
Yeah. I don't know how we
do the key thing.
Well, that would be pretty. It just depends on like the type of RTMP server you have. Like Mona, here's the one that I was using, and it just has a default key that you just type in. But it would get complicated, but it is doable, honestly. Like, I'm pretty sure if I can develop a comment system, and if you can develop like the front end stuff that you have already developed, like I'm pretty sure that we could put it together,
merge it.
Pause, all vehicles, random, let's do this. Is that like a reference to Halo or something?
No, it's a reference to YouTube Kardashian.
You know, this is what happens when you have a random reference. Meow! Like, it just goes right over my head. It's terrible.
You guys thinking that if like there's a stream, I could imagine doing Halo streams on
man, did you remember when you exported that GIF?
In Premiere.
Okay.
What GIF?
Why would Premiere make it so that, like, could you show the image on screen?
Oh yeah, here you go.
So, why would Premiere make it so that when you go to export a GIF, it literally exports that GIF into like 10,000 different files from the screen? Like, a GIF is literally just one file. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And it doesn't make any sense to me why people call it a GIF also.
Oh yeah, here's some more photos.
Here's some more photos of Strelake for look. Your peeps. Your peeps.
Yeah, it's always about the HTML errors.
You know what? This isn't.
This isn't too bad. This is sort of what we're going for.
A little bit more polished.
A little bit more polished.
Yes.
Say
Joda
polish
said,
or say
GIF.
polish or
Do you mean
polish.
GIF?
But still,
Yes, I do mean GIF.
love it.
And I would. You know the
And
reason that's.
You know the reason that's doing that is because he hasn't got overflow set to none. That's why the text is going over that line and where it shouldn't be.
But then again, the overflow set to none would cut off the name, right?
You could, but you can also.
Like say if it,
set it to go
maybe
line down. Display block. Display block.
or maybe like add in some little logic in JavaScript or something to
If it's over the certain
If
width.
it's over
the
make it
certain
have
width,
like a-
so make it have like a
get like
dash.
the
Yeah.
number of characters, and if the characters are greater than like
What
10
on
or
earth went on
something.
here?
What on earth went on here?
Actually, that was I forgot the
Concerning.
explanation, but it was
Concerning.
really, I think I was proud of myself for solving that problem. Like it was something to do with I think what I had to do, because the loop that I had, the algorithm made it so that each of the comments had the same ID. So since it was setting the width for that one ID, then it was completely messing me up. So what I had to do was make an algorithm to store a variable for the ID for each comment, and then assign each comment a different ID. And then I had the CSS make it so that it would change the CSS, make it the same for each different comment, but they were each individual comments as HTML would see it. Is that overly... Oh my god.
What would that say there? What would that say there? The pictures are loaded on the screen. I can just use
Yeah,
this.
I think I was trying to go for like the wide Putin. Like that kind of meme. I loved that meme. Like it should have never
It was
died.
good. It was good.
Like,
Yeah, it was,
that
it was
song
good.
and
Yeah, it was
everything.
good. The
Mhm.
one memes.
And then there was one YouTuber that literally abused it, and like every single video was white presidents walking. Flashback. Yeah, I know.
Oh, God.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, that's part
Oh,
of
yeah.
the homepage. Crappy part of the homepage.
Yeah, we don't talk.
Yeah,
about this.
we don't talk about this.
Never
Oh,
happens.
This never
Yeah.
happens.
Like I gotta,
divs, my
The
God.
amount of divs, my god.
I gotta do a complete revamp of that. My
Apparently
Twitter.
people stay stop.
Apparently
using
people
divs.
stay
I don't
stop
know
using
how
divs.
else
I
you
don't
meant to
know how else you meant to
Well,
know.
yeah, I guess you could use like I think they call it something different, but yeah.
I know you could use CSS.
I know you could use
like,
CSS and
tell it
like
and do
tell
inside of it.
like do inside of it.
Mhm.
Like if you wanted to do it.
Like if you wanted to do it inside, instead of doing it another div on the inside, you could just do that. You could just do
what's called
like
a point
a
forward.
what's called a
and
point
then put the
forward,
name.
and then put the name.
Mhm.
And I think you just.
I don't know how. It works,
I don't
but
know how. It
Apparently
works,
people
but
just hate divs. Apparently people just hate divs.
I know
even though
that
every
there's
single site.
Even
has
though
them,
every
it's
single
weird.
site has them,
There's a
it's
way
weird.
to have like a child and a parent div, so like you can give different properties to each thing or something like that. I don't know.
Mm.
I'm not.
Now this is what I
Now
call
this
gaming
is
right
what I
here.
call gaming right here.
Yeah, that's my setup.
Yeah,
Even though-
That is the
Yeah,
definition of
that is
gaming.
the definition
I
of
don't care.
gaming.
No, that
I
was the
don't care.
definition of web dev. Like, look at that story light. Like that's
Yeah,
when
I
I
know.
was
Yeah, I
fully
know.
invested in the web dev stuff.
And you also have Discord.
Oh, that's
and you
when
also
you
have
had
Discord.
that
Oh, that's when
weird
you had that
Oh,
weird thing on the
God.
left side.
Oh god.
What?
Is that like Discord?
Or
Is
so
that
you
like
can see our
Discord?
commit
Or
on
so you
the
can
left
see our
side.
commits on the
Uh-huh.
left side.
You just eating half the
You
code
just
out.
eating half the code out.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm just eating loads of sweets.
Yeah, I'm just eating loads of sweets. Sorry.
It's okay. I have sweets next to me. Like I've literally only eaten one of these crappy cookies, and it's already like 11:16 a.m.
Yeah.
But then again,
Yeah.
like I guess the one thing we could talk about a bit is kind of mental health in a way, because I
Oh,
know
yeah.
that I think
Oh, yeah.
yesterday was the World Mental Health Day. So one thing that I've done that's actually made me a whole lot happier is I've started to wake up earlier. Like I used to wake up at like 10, 11 o'clock because I just went in my sleep, you know, and I had terrible insomnia. Like I could not get to sleep before like 1 a.m. But now I've just started to force myself to get up around 7, 8 o'clock, and it's been great. Like I can get so much more done. Like now I've been able to really start to make YouTube videos and edit those in the mornings before school, and I've really been loving it. And I think especially like working on the storyline now. Like most of the
gives you something. Yeah, it just gives you something to
most of the stuff like
something you
like
look
I'd
forward.
wake up at 11. I'd start working at 12. This is when I was doing the web dev stuff.
Yeah, when you were.
Yeah, when you were. I would hardly get anything done throughout the day, and the most of the stuff that I'd get done was at the night. Was during the nighttime. And plus, I was trying to juggle a college class, so it's like I could hardly get anything done. But now that I'm waking up in the mornings, like I can wake up in the morning, I can get my YouTube stuff done, make sure that's ready to go, and then during the day I can work on my schoolwork, obviously, and then once I'm done with school, since I usually am pretty good about getting my work done when I need to get it done, then I can work on Storylight. And I'm getting so much more done throughout the day that honestly makes me happier. Like I'm a workaholic, so whenever I'm working, I'm happy. So that really helps my mental health like tremendously. Like it's probably better now that I've put myself to the schedule than it's been in like the past few years, honestly. Like it's great.
Yeah.
Oh no, my camera's doing stuff again. Is that a flame on the screen? Is that literally a flame?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Like
a temperature thing. It's like a temperature thing.
Maybe I should.
Is your cam overheating? Is your cam overheating?
Yes, the mirror is overheating. Wait, that's not good.
That's really not good.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch to a GoPro for now.
Before your camera explodes. That would be a smart idea. Yes.
You don't want any DSLRs being broken here, right? And then it's literally right in front of a light, which is really hot also. So yeah, not a good situation. But give me 1 second while I get this GoPro online. Oi. No, but what do you guys do to make sure that you are happy? Happy.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you keep yourself to like very high standards of like, oh, I gotta get a blah 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 out today and stuff like that?
No, I can't just let the day flow. I don't know. I've been thinking about this recently. I don't really do a lot. I thought about this recently. Like all I do. This is an average weekend for me. I would wake up 11 o'clock. Then I'm going to get cereal. Then I'm going to get cereal. Then I'm going to my PC. Play all the way up to around 2 a.m. and then I go off to bed. That's legit. My day. I don't do anything.
Well, that's kind of fun though.
Maybe.
Like,
I feel like. I'm just used to just having it. Been doing it for years.
I see.
But yeah.
Because like I used to do stuff like that, but I just never really. Like at the end of the day, I was like, well, I didn't get anything done. And I guess I'm kind of, like I said, I'm a workaholic, so when I'm working, I feel like I'm doing something good, but when I'm not working, I just feel blah. It's weird.
Like you're empty.
Yes.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
And I kind of even feel that way with like the web dev stuff, because even if I am now making YouTube videos, I'm still like, well, I gotta do some coding, even though...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird, because the thing with coding is that, like, you have to get to a certain point where it actually works, and right now it doesn't work, as Mr. Live could tell you, so it's difficult, but let's see, is this GoPro gonna look ugly or not? Let's see, deactivate, activate, hey! Alright.
See some ugly code.
This isn't too bad, is it?
No, this is my own. Actually, hold on. Let me just stop sharing because I know something behind this screen I can't share.
Okay.
Your mic's gone a bit weird, Joe. Oh,
yes.
Nice GoPro here. A nice little change.
Yeah, like I was saying, like it is a really good quality. Like, other than the fisheye, which some people might not like, some people might like that though. Yeah, I did apply some color correction. Hold on, I did, because I was messing around with this earlier. And color correction can really help you out here.
Okay, people should be able to see now. So we got this little menu here.
This is just a little project I was working on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Like how it changes, like and
then you can click on here, and then I'm gonna add a drop down menu when you can click it. It's gonna be
really nice actually. I like that feature. It's
so you can like click each things, and this is using the font awesome, the icons and stuff.
Yeah. Neat. Very nice.
I was thinking like people could copy stuff from this. People like to do that.
Oh, is that on your CodePen account? I'm guessing.
No. This is just a local machine, but I will upload that soon.
Okay, but yeah, look at this quality, guys. Like, just with some color correction, because like I do have to admit, just the GoPro itself is really washed out. Like once you apply a color correction filter, like I think it looks pretty excellent. Like I'd use this for a YouTube video, as long as like I push this up to I think like 2.4K or something. If you just bump it down to 1080p, you can make it so that the sensor is a lot more cropped in, so you don't have that fisheye. It's 60 FPS. Like that's what I really like about it.
Smooth.
I think my camera should be 60 FPS also, like my DSLR, but I'm not sure if it does actually do that or not. But honestly, like,
how much a GoPro? It's like 90 quid.
I'm not. What's the exchange rate for quid to dollars?
I don't know.
Pretty massive at the moment.
And
because our teacher has a camera, and they spend £120 on it, but it's like 10 frames per second. Like, I saw down they could have got a GoPro for cheaper.
No, you
instead
can
of being
literally
20 frames per second. It would be 60 frames per second.
You could probably get a good GoPro for around
Yeah, I've got some ideas, some new videos that are gonna be going out. Gonna be focusing my content a little bit differently again, because I like to do that.
Yeah. So it's always good.
One half of my viewers likes that content, one half of my viewers like the other content, so it's all good. Doesn't really matter which content I display.
So you could probably, for around 53.66 Great British pounds, get a GoPro, which would offer really good.
Pounds? That's really good.
Pretty much like a DSLR.
Yeah,
a cheap one.
A cheap DSLR.
Yeah, I would honestly recommend going for a good GoPro over a cheap DSLR.
The Logitech webcam is like 60 quid though, isn't it?
The what?
The Logitech webcam is like 60 quid.
Yeah, like it's basically.
So the webcam in game 30 quid.
Yeah, but I would still say get the GoPro.
Yeah, because, and this is also versatile. Like, you can not only use it with the capture card and the PC, but you could also use it as a GoPro. Like, I don't really have a need for an action cam, but I always like to sometimes when I'm
videos.
Like when I'm working on computers.
Do a vlog.
Yeah, you could look. Vlog.
Do Viper X Mars vlogs.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Viper X Mars vlogs. Yeah.
Okay, that's looking nice.
Today, in this vlog video, we're gonna, I don't know, do what every vlogger does, and that's just shout down the camera.
What?
Yeah.
But like a Steve Ballmer.
What every vlogger does.
Just spending all my points because I have too many.
No, if I was a vlogger, like I'd go full on Steve Ballmer when it comes to Storylight. Like I'd get up in front of the audience and be like, developers, web developers. Like that's what I'd be doing. No, but like I love these cameras. Like it has given me some problems, but even then, like that was on top of my monitor. It's so versatile. You can put it on the bottom. Oop, don't do that.
We might do a live stream of us trying to figure out how to use NJX and actually get a build up on the web that people can test the live stream on. We should do a live stream.
That would be interesting. But like isn't this kind of like a good webcam position also? Like what do you think about this? Like, you know, I can get up and personal with you. Like,
Get up personal.
And then you can put it back here. You can put it on a tripod. You can put it on a little face mount if you want to maybe like have some sort of point of view. If you're trying to maybe build a computer or something. Like I think Linus has used these GoPros in the past for stuff like that. Like you don't have to just use it for an action cam. Like that's what I'm saying. Hold on, let me adjust this.
Normal camera.
Let me adjust this quickly.
Oh, people are on YouTube or Twitch. Oh yeah, they're on YouTube.
They're kind of, some people are on Twitch, and then I think most people are on YouTube.
They leave and then they join back. It's weird.
It's split.
That is weird. Hold on. It's just that my mount is from, like, the dollar store. I don't know what the equivalent is for you. But it's...
Poundland.
Yeah.
Poundland.
Poundland.
Literally.
It's the Poundland mount. It's terrible. But, you know, it does the job. Now I have, like, the...
better one is 99p.
My final bit.
One extra P.
I guess it is kind of like the 99p store. Like they called it.
You
I
probably
think
made about 99p from me.
Probably. I think
that
that
you go to the pound world, but you can go to the 99p. Like, you know, save
Oh
one
yeah, how's
extra P.
the monetization going, Juice?
Oh, I've gotten a lot of money. Like, okay, maybe not a lot, like for
It's
most
decent,
YouTubers.
yeah.
But let me look. It's probably against the rules to actually show you like how much I've made. But you know, I don't care.
Who cares?
Yeah, I really don't give a crap. So let's see. Hold on, let me get into my studio.
Who is it against the rules to? If anything, it would be against the rules for you.
I guess it'd be like Steve Ballmer. I'm not Steve Ballmer. Like that person that owns YouTube. You know him, right? Okay.
Google guy.
Yeah, the Google guy. Like it should
That nobody knows, but he's Indian.
That owner of Google. That guy.
Like nobody knows him. It's weird.
Okay,
yeah,
so
like people know the owner of Apple, Microsoft.
Yes, most people, and they don't know who
Samsung.
the CEO of Google is.
I know.
They know the CEO of Apple. They know the CEO of Microsoft. They do not know the CEO of Google.
And that's kind of weird because, like, Sasha Nadell, like, he's still kind of like maybe a hard name to remember, possibly. Okay, well, let's look at this. Yeah. So, lifetime, I have made $89.21. But then again, you have to take out the YouTube cut of that, so it's more like around $60. But still, like $60 for
$60 dues
for videos
That's good.
Like all of these videos are popular videos. Like they have to be popular in order to get money, but they're all videos that like I just had on my channel. Like I literally could not upload a video, and still make this money. So I think that that's pretty awesome. And like my playback based CPM, that's incredibly high. Like a $9.55 CPM is higher than what you'd expect for most people. So like I've only been monetized for probably like a month and a half. And like I'm honestly really impressed with the extra spending money that this is going to give me.
It's the next nerdgasm.
Next nerdgasm. Do you watch him at all?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Like his live streams or just his videos?
Pretty much. Like, he used to make videos, but not anymore. Yeah. I know he's like a Microsoft... Well, he used to be a Microsoft developer.
Yeah, he's like my favorite overall YouTuber streamer. I watch like almost everything he posts.
That's where I learned VB.net and also C#.net as well.
His Codegasm series. He might be bringing that back, but probably not.
Web development would be nice to see.
I think that he did. I don't think he really did much web development. Like I think he did some stuff with XML and like automation testing. But like it's pretty awesome. Oh wait, we are doing calls, Luke. Let's see. When we're doing calls, we could talk about. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about the. I thought that we were done with the calls. I thought we were.
All right, let's hop into my Discord quick.
I thought we were done with the whatchamacallit, the topics. That's why. So we are now accepting calls. So
let's head to the live room, guys.
Yes, go to the live room.
And leave this, I guess.
All right. How you doing? Welcome to the Tech Catch-Up podcast.
You sound a lot more louder in Discord.
A lot better.
Introduce yourself.
Hello.
Oh no,
we are the same people.
I thought that there was. I didn't recognize your name because Luke, your name is literally Annie No, aka VXN. Like, so I thought that.
I forgot I had a good name.
I thought that you were someone else. That's why. Okay, let's see. So browser? No, I don't want a browser. I want a. Hold on, I gotta figure this out. Okay, Discord. There we go. Alright, so Discord, we are now in the call-in view. Congratulations, congratulations. What a celebration. Party all day.
Party all day.
You know that song.
Yeah, you did it. Very nice. It took... Well, I'll stop.
I only took $6 million.
Mhm.
$6 million is how much it's gonna cost me to maintain my YouTube channel in order to make $1. Alright, so welcome. If you guys want to do a call, actually, I'm gonna spam your server. But
Thanks.
let's see, add everyone. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you want to start
It has
talking
to be
about
done.
the last topic, Xbox Series X versus PlayStation 5?
Didn't we talk about that?
No, we
Yep.
have not.
Oh
talked
no, we
about
did.
it yet.
We talked about the GPUs and CPUs and the
Yeah, a
Xbox
little bit.
compared to the PS5. Yeah.
But now I
Yeah.
think reviewers have actually gotten their hands on the
Oh,
new
okay.
Xboxes.
Luke, search real quick.
I have. We haven't done our homework.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. Hashtag. Hold on, I'm trying to find the speaker.
Be streaming with Steam.io. Love how that's
Okay.
that's still
So, according to Google knowledge, the PlayStation 5 can load up stuff faster.
Oh, hello. How do I get you into this room?
Hello.
Hold on. Let me move you over there.
Those have
Hello.
16 gigabytes of memory.
Hello there.
4K and 8K storage.
Hello, Anakin
Hey.
Skywalker. Welcome to the Tech Catch Up podcast. Right now we are talking about Xbox Series X versus PlayStation 5. Joe, get your butt in here. Stop trying to get out of this room.
What?
You literally got into the breakout room.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
All right. What? Xbox is better.
Xbox was better. Actually, I've never
Okay.
used a PlayStation before.
I have.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Used a
Oh,
PlayStation 2.
I've used one. Well, I prefer Xbox because of Halo.
PlayStation 2 was good.
Maybe it's just because I prefer Halo.
Halo. Halo is one of the best games of all time. And
No. I've
all
never.
the PS fanboys.
What's your argument for that?
It's a good story.
I guess.
Carter built them.
From
It
a-
is a good story, yeah.
So I know from a hardware perspective, I like the Xbox. I've always.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
always thought that it's just a nice platform, and especially with the Game Pass that you have now,
Mm-hmm.
that,
yeah.
that Microsoft offers, I think that's a really good value, honestly. And you
It
just
is.
you
Yeah,
don't
it
really
is,
see
yeah.
that with PlayStation. I don't think that Sony's doing anything like that. And I think the actual
No, they're not.
capital itself and the amount of money that Microsoft has to put into development,
Funding it. Yeah.
they're honestly a bigger company now than Sony ever has been. Even though Sony
I
used to
feel
be the
like-
big proponent of stuff a long time
I feel
ago.
like if Microsoft, if they want to, they could just stomp Sony.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They have the money and the power to do it.
hmm But then again, it kind of seems.
Oh yeah,
like
definitely. They've got the money.
definitely.
They could do it.
do it.
They just bought Bethesda, so and all the other things. So just all they got to do is make the Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive, and they've won. So yeah.
Mhm.
all of the PS5 people just running over to Xbox Series X quick, just to get rid of the PS5s.
Yeah.
No, but I think that what was I gonna say? I think I kind of forgot. No, but I think that the hardware itself, it almost seems like Microsoft holds back. It seems like
Yeah.
they could offer something more, but they just try and make it so that it is still that budget offering where people that do like the game but they can't afford to purchase a PC. I think that's really still where Microsoft tries to market themselves. Which I think is
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah, I agree.
it's a good thing, but I think it's also kind of an unfortunate thing. Look at Apple, for instance. They offer their really expensive iPhones, but then they still offer the entry-level iPhone. So I think that Microsoft, if they would bump up to maybe an $800 or $1,000 price range, what could they offer? Like, it could be a pretty nice little machine. Not saying that the Series X or whatever isn't powerful like it is, but you're still not getting the same quality that
Yeah.
you get from a PC.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I feel like. With them, like, consoles being, like, classed as cheap way to get into gaming, you can get PCs for around the same price, which could be better.
It could be.
Like,
maybe if you
Maybe
did like
not,
a used, because
yeah.
I don't. Consoles are still a really good value. Like,
they are.
I do
like
have to say
400,
that.
500.
Mm-hmm.
That's good price to get into gaming. But
Yes. If all you do is game.
There is ways for you to get a PC for the same price, which in one game's better.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you have to do a lot of research and try and find a person who's actually selling, but you can do it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like, yeah.
No, but I guess, like, you get an Xbox if you don't really need a computer. But if you do need a computer, you do need to do, like, video editing, streaming, blah, blah, blah. There's really no way that you can do use an Xbox for that. So, I guess to play devil's advocate to the whole, like, what if they offered a better PC? That probably wouldn't go over too well. People wouldn't buy it because if you offer an Xbox for $800, that's just, I think, too expensive for the casual gamer. That's really in line with the person that would buy a PC to play games. So, I don't know. It's interesting to really think about. Because
I would like it. Go on.
Let me go on.
I was gonna say, it would be nice if they would allow you to run Windows on an Xbox. Like, then I feel like it would be better if they could allow the person who's bought it more customization in the actual product, because that's one of the main reasons why I moved to PC. It's a lot more customization. I can do a lot more. Like, you know, I can watch something and play at the same time. On an Xbox, I can't.
Exactly.
I need to have a phone next to me or a tablet, like something else. But on a PC, I can all I gotta do, even with more, if you have one monitor, all you gotta do is just Alt and Tab, and then you can just watch some during the loading screen. But on Xbox, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait in the loading screen.
Yeah. And even then, it's kind of like, with my PC, I can even add more monitors and add more peripherals.
Exactly.
I can use a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
I can add in my microphone. I can have a little webcam. Like, it's easy to add all that. Whereas with the Xbox, you can't really. You'd have to buy the Microsoft accessories. You have to buy the Microsoft controller. So it is limiting. It really is.
And that's another thing. You can play on PC legit by any way you want. You can play like there's a person who plays Rainbow Six Siege with a potato on his PC. He actually uses a potato to play. He played with a Wii remote. Like, with PC, you can play with nearly anything. With Xbox, you can't. It's always controller. That's what kind of annoys me.
Unless you hack it.
Yeah, unless if you hack it, but then you have to, get your account banned, then you gotta spend more money on making a new account. Obviously, it's not that
I think they do console bans.
Yeah,
if you
must
do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then if something breaks, you can't also return it because you've broken the warranty as well.
Wait, have they literally? Because I think I've seen something like that console wide ban. So what, you literally can't do anything with that console after that? Like, you can't go on to Xbox Live and such?
Yeah.
Well, consoles are good. If you want to be a gamer and you want a way to get in, console is definitely
iPad. Yeah, I got that too.
Oh yeah, if you want to play some Candy Crush with the boys.
Yeah, Candy Crush Friday nights.
No.
Yeah,
so
no. Oh god.
Candy Crush Soda Saga. That's where it hits.
That's what gaming is.
That's where it hits home. That's where it hits home.
Mobile gaming. I
I
hate all mobile games. I'm gonna make a blanket statement because too many microtransactions, too many pay to win.
That's like every mobile game.
It's a terrible thing. Like, I remember when I played Flappy Bird. It was even the crappy knockoff version of that, but I got so addicted to that, and I got all angry because I was trying to replicate like the people on YouTube that were angry. So I was like, I'm gonna throw my phone because I'm so angry, and it's just pathetic. So, pathetic state that I was in, So, but then again, I'm not a big gamer. Like, I do play games on my PC, but it's almost rare that I play a game because I guess I don't have the time. I'd rather watch someone else play a game, I guess. Like, I probably watched Mumbo Jumbo play Minecraft more than I actually played Minecraft in the past few months.
Because, same here.
Same, I watched
Hermitcraft.
Well.
Definitely. Because I want to do stuff like the hermits do, but I can't do that. Like, I'd rather see them create the big massive storage systems and the big massive bases instead of have to try and figure out how to do that on my own. I still want to look at it because it's still cool. So, I don't know. I think that's really kind of where PCs also kind of shine, because if you want to create the content, if you want to be a streamer and stuff, it's so easy to do that with a PC. Like, all you have to do is go to youtube.com/mindtech and then watch some of my tutorials. I'm just kidding. And then, you can stream. And
but yeah,
that's it. Like, on Xbox, like, you can stream to Mixer, I think, but I don't know how well that would work because Mixer's dead.
Yeah.
So
it was good. Like, when Mixer was up, it was very simple. It was like you would press the Xbox button, go to live stream, and then you name the title, and then you just go live. It was very simple, but also all it was just displaying like your game, like, no webcam, like what you have on yours, like it shows different sections. It was just simple. It just was the display screen. And no customization, but you still could do it. It still was possible.
Yeah, nothing like the Tech Catch Up podcast, right?
Yeah, like we do it a lot behind the scenes to make ours professional.
At least I tried to do a lot, and then it kind of, went down the toilet. I don't know what's wrong with that restreaming service. Like, it did not work. It was terrible. Like, I don't even know if you were in, like, at the beginning of the stream, but we were still struggling. PC is greater than PC is greater than PC is greater than PC is greater than Raspberry. No, I'm gonna have to rewrite that. Like, hold on 1 second.
Alright, guys, I've got to cut it short because I'm kind of busy.
Alright.
So, I'm sorry I didn't stay for long.
Well,
but,
it was nice talking to you.
I gotta head out.
So, thank you for
you too.
tuning into the Tech Catch Up podcast. Catch you later. Bye.
Alright.
And again, anyone else, if you want to call into the Tech Catch Up podcast, make sure to do so. Join Mr. Live Studios Discord server. We have the link right up at the top of the stream. I'm literally moving it around right now. So make sure to join and talk to us, because we want to hear from you, okay? If you want to call us, like, stupid, if you want to call me a big brain, like, go ahead. Like, that's certainly...
Hey, nerd!
Yeah. Like, I love being called the nerd. Like, some people try and use that against me in the YouTube comments. They're like, oh, what a nerd. And I'm like, yes, I'm proud of it. I think I even put in my Twitter bio, like, true nerd, because I'm the biggest nerd you'll ever meet, and I'm proud of it. Like, nerd alert. Yeah, But, if you want to be a web developer, if you want to, like, get a good job and stuff, like, you have to do that.
Job, We're not looking to become a multi-million-dollar company. We're not trying to do that. I wish, but we can't. It's practically impossible. Maybe one day, though. Maybe one day.
Possibly.
I have got contacts with some people. So.
Possibly. But isn't this just beautiful? Wait, you can't even see it. It's a good thing that I only have the window capture enabled instead of the screen capture. But, yeah, I think that, loving technology and loving, like, knowledge, I think that's a good quality. Like, if you want to learn, if you want to do more stuff, like, go right ahead. I don't see why people kind of give that a bad name. And I think that even, like, now... Like, I don't really think the nerd has a bad name. Like, I think that's a good thing. But...
I think it's a good time now.
Yeah. Like, that.
But obviously, back in the 80s, it was seen as only. bad, which doesn't make sense.
Mr. Live Studio placeholder. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. No, I saw one.
I've got this. And then I've got this.
Mr. Live Studio presents. I do like that logo though.
They
like
just
that.
get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
the actual logo.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, we need to get some. Oh, sorry for doing this stretch on stream. I know that's inappropriate.
Alright, no problem.
We need to.
I know YouTube will be flagging that.
No, but we need to get some awesome art onto Storylight, because right now it's just
I will
literally the
do.
font.
I know some people who have a lot of artists, and I shall contact them because they do make art for free. It's
like
quite nice.
literally all the art that you see in the beta versions of Storylight, that's 100% HTML CSS. Like that's all me typing in the little code to make the art do stuff. Like all the drop shadows and stuff, that was all me. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's all me. I'm gonna say it was all CSS and me typing stuff into CSS. Like it wasn't me in Photoshop. You get what I'm saying?
It's more
Like,
purer.
Yes.
The purer the CSS, the better. Just saying.
But then again, like, what is Photoshop? That's literally just a bunch of calculations behind the scenes. It's just a bunch of code doing the same thing that you'd be doing if you typed it in. But it's 100 million times easier because you don't have to do it yourself.
And you have to change the image a bunch. So if you wanted to have the drop shadow like not as big, but you want the image still to be there, so you can also always alter it. Instead of Photoshop and having to go back into it and then export the PNG again and again and again. Just do it once, and then you can do all the things later.
That kind of reminds me, like, I remember back in the day when I didn't have Premiere and Resolve and stuff, I was thinking, how can I do these advanced things that I would do in Premiere in Movie Maker? So it's like, well, maybe if I, did this one thing and then I exported it and then I put this on top of that, and it's a disaster.
Yeah, Windows just didn't help.
You could always use DaVinci Resolve.
Like iMovie still doesn't help.
I don't.
Till today. I think I would promote another one, like a third-party one.
And I know, like, Resolve is a good application. Like, it gets the job done pretty well, but I've never liked it because it's so slow. Like, it's literally...
Yeah, not wrong with that.
I think that it was faster on my 8-year-old processor than it is on my, like, 3-year-old processor. Like, flat out. It's so slow on my AMD box.
I don't think it has multi-core
maybe
optimization.
Like Blackmagic Design, all they want you to do is buy their crappy little expensive hardware and then just use that. Like
their
they don't
external GPU.
Yes, their external GPU and their Afterburner. I think Afterburner's an Apple thing, but that's what they want you to buy. And I guess there is kind of an argument that can be made for like the dedicated hardware, kind of like what Apple does. Like I was talking about the Afterburner card, but you also have like the actual Mac and the Final Cut Pro, and the optimization that Apple does to make sure that you can have a good experience using that. Because I think that it's really interesting how you can literally edit like a 4K video on a really crappy Mac. Like, have you seen that before?
Yeah.
Because what they do is, since they designed the video editing software, they designed the operating system, and they designed the hardware, they can make it so that it runs like super smooth. But then once you move on to Premiere or any other useful application other than Final Cut, then it runs like crap because obviously the hardware is bad. So that's kind of the thing. Like Apple computers and iPhones and stuff, it's a weird thing. But I kind of...
Also that weird PCI Express things. They got their own custom one, I believe.
Oh yeah, with the Mac Pro. The 50...
Yeah, it's got like that double PCIe something.
Should I get a Tesla or should I get a Mac Pro?
Mac Pro!
Well, the thing is, if you want to unlock your heated seats, you got to pay a subscription fee.
Exactly.
Even if you buy them.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
you
Tesla,
have to pay a
heat
subscription
your
$10 a month or something like that. I know. And you
Legit.
pay for the heated seats.
you could go and buy like a Volvo from like the 1990s, which you could get heated seats like built in. But with Tesla, no, you gotta buy that separately.
Does Volvo charge you a subscription fee to use their car? No.
Yes.
Oh my god. What?
They do.
Well, I've been told that. I don't know if it's true, but I've been told that, and if it is true, then what are you doing, Tesla?
So I think certain accessories, and if you buy them, I think you have to still do the subscription.
Kind of like the Ring doorbell. You can use that
Yeah,
doorbell without
exactly.
paying for their cloud service.
Subscription.
It's
Yeah.
Wait, really?
You
I
have to
think
store it.
so.
I don't get that. You buy a product, yet they still make you do a subscription.
Yeah,
That's another thing which
you can
like,
either watch it live, which is free, or you have to pay a subscription to keep it in the cloud, and you can't even save it like to a separate thing.
that's something. And I'm going back, but on them
God.
like Xboxes, like you
Mm.
have like you buy the product, but to pay online, you have to pay.
Yeah.
I never got that.
Yeah,
I
I've
never
never
got that.
liked that. And
I never
I
liked that.
think that it's an ingenious
PlayStation
business
as well.
model.
Yeah.
It's an
It
ingenious
is because people do it.
like you already have
They
the
make money.
product, but you want to unlock more features. But that's just so anti-consumer. Like, I think
They
that,
don't need that money anymore. I don't think.
Like, think how much money they made from just Xbox Live alone. Like
They
they've
could
made
just
a
remove
lot
it.
of money.
There's no need for them to
There's
have
no
all that
need for
money
it.
now.
I think
They
that
have so much money.
I think that literally with the Xbox 360, they sold it at a deficit. Like they've lost money selling the 360s.
I think
But they
if
knew.
Xbox just removed the Game Pass, I think a lot of people would come to it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like the Xbox Live Pass. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, if they removed Xbox Live, definitely. But Game Pass is something where I do like the subscription.
Yeah, I
fee
like that 100%. I
because
said that a bit ago.
yeah, it just you get so many cool games for such a low price. Like it,
That's
can't-
another thing. Sorry, go on. You continue.
you cannot beat that value, honestly, flat out.
But
Anyway.
another thing is so it's £40, about $50 per year to go online on Xbox, and the thing is, you say you buy an Xbox for around £300. If you don't get that for like 2 years, if you save your money, then there you go. You're another £100, which you could put towards a PC. You know, if you just wait a little bit longer, you can't use that excuse. Well, PCs are too expensive because you're spending that money on your
paying
Xbox.
subscription for the Xbox Live, I think you're technically more investing into the Xbox. Like you're adding more and more value to the Xbox. So every time you pay like £10 a month, for the pass, you say you play it for like a year, that's like £120. You've increased the price on the Xbox already.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm gonna put it as. Anyway, we move.
Yeah.
I think it's time to wrap it up, lads.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was eating and I didn't want to
alright.
interrupt the stream with my mouth full of food, because that would be terrible. No, but yeah, it's like I didn't really even think about Xbox Live when I was talking about the Xbox earlier.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Now
But
you put
as
that
soon as I heard subscription, I was like,
Xbox
Xbox
Live.
did something
Mhm.
like that.
And now, if you
For
look at the
years.
prices from subscription fees for like Xbox Game Pass, yes, it is good in a term, but the amount of money, let's say you buy it for a year pass, for each month, I think it's like £4, isn't it? Luke?
Wait,
The
what?
standard pass for the Game Pass.
For
Something like
Game Pass, it's like £3. It's no,
It was
I've
£3 or
actually I think it's
£4, yeah.
£1. Like the first month or
Four
first 2
times
months.
12, I
three
do not know.
months.
I don't
But
know.
Game Pass, that's actually a really banger deal. I was
You're
telling
paying
my cousin about it
£48.
before because I just got him my Xbox. Yeah, I just sold him my Xbox, and like I gave him games, but I was just thinking he could get 100+ games.
Yes, if you're
monthly.
paying Xbox Live and
Which is
Game
fine.
Pass, you pay £168 a year.
That's a lot of money, but like if you're not doing that, if you're just gonna get Game Pass,
How many games do you have on Xbox, Luke?
me, I don't have any more. But
Like
how
digital
many
games.
games I did have?
I mean, like digital games, yeah.
Oh, well, probably around 60.
Okay, so
I have quite a
average
lot.
game costs around £40.
Yeah.
That's actually quite a lot.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If I would have just kept my money and then nothing, I got Xbox Live Gold every year after 2013. So between 2013 and 2019, I spent £40 per year on Xbox Live Gold.
10
So
times.
I don't know how much that is because I'm bad at maths.
So you spend
10 times
100.
40.
You spend £180 on gold, and you spend
Yeah.
£2,400 on games, roughly, not including
And
sales
also, I
tax.
bought the Xbox for £200. So altogether, if I would have just kept that money,
Plus VAT.
if I would have kept all that money, I could have got. And also, my PC
Full
was
rig,
£300.
£3,000, yeah.
My PC was £300. So I got second hand. Big
That's not
stats.
too good, though.
But
Yeah,
then
I know. I watched you.
Just think about that though. Like, if I wouldn't have spent any of my money, think how much money I would have had to put on a PC.
But then again, you wouldn't be able to get any games on that PC, or the games would still
True.
cost around £2,400. So
True.
really, you'd only be saving about.
Rig today. Yeah, it's only around about £2,000, and he would still have like £400 left.
Mm-hmm. And
Which is
but what I really like is the Game Pass for PC. Like, did you
Yeah,
know
I
about
like
that? Like
Yeah.
that's really where the value is. Like, I just want to get that to get Flight Simulator. Do they still offer Flight Simulator on Game Pass?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, yeah.
I had a bunch of issues with Microsoft Store. Jeez.
I'm really thinking about just buying that just so I can play
Yeah.
Flight Simulator and maybe some other.
Also, make sure your
games.
Windows is updated before you install Flight Simulator because it crashes apparently. That's what it did to me, and it made me like with my Windows to dirty.
Yeah. Well, it's time
Yeah.
for dinner in the UK.
Yeah. I
So
gotta go.
thank you
So-
all for watching this episode of the Tech Catch Up podcast. I hope you all enjoyed. Any last remarks before we stop the stream?
No,
I'm not.
Oh.
All
I
right.
think I do.
So awesome stream, awesome topics. I hope you all enjoyed, and
Yeah.
thank you all for hanging out with me for a few hours.
And this has
And-
been the Tech Catch Up podcast.
It has
And we'll
been.
see you again next time.